My brain needs the full picture to make peace with something. I just recently learned that. I have annoyed teachers, bosses, even my own family because either I tell too much, give too many details, or I ask too many questions. But it's not because I'm trying to argue or be difficult. It's how my brain works. If something doesn't make sense, I can't just blindly go along with it. I need to understand the logic behind it. Otherwise, it feels like there's a puzzle piece missing and my mind won't let it go until it fits. Here's a real life example. When my mom was close to passing away in 2003, my brother's wife told me, "You need to call the funeral home in Texas when she dies, not the one where you live at in Nebraska." But she didn't explain why, and I know I asked. She just said, "Do it." Well, we live in Nebraska. Mom passed here in Nebraska. So I didn't follow her advice. I called a funeral home here in Nebraska instead. And I found out the reason did matter. I happened to know somebody from the RCIA class I was taking at the time who worked at the funeral home here. And because of that connection, he's the one I called. He told me something I would have never known. They technically could have charged us more money by calling them first instead of having the funeral home in Texas call them. But because of the connection, he made it so they pretended Texas had called first just to save us the extra charge. My sister-in-law wasn't wrong. Her advice had logic behind it, but she didn't give me the why. And without the why, my brain did what it always does. It found its own route that made sense. Now, when I apologize, I give context, and that gets misunderstood too. For me, if someone apologizes to me and doesn't tell me why they did what they did, it's hard for me to believe that they're truly sorry. To me, sincerity includes owning the decision, not just saying sorry for the outcome. So when I apologize, I do the same. I say, here's what I was thinking, here's what I was feeling, here's what was going on in my life. And that's why I made the decision I made. But instead of people hearing that as sincerity, I often get told I'm making excuses, or I'm being defensive, or that I always have to be right. That one's always confused me. I've heard it all my life. You're arguing again. You're beating a dead horse. Let it go. But I'm not trying to argue. I'm either trying to understand or I'm trying to be understood. And the truth, if you tell me to do something but don't tell me the why, I probably won't do it. Not out of rebellion, but because my brain won't trust it until it makes sense. I know I'm not the only one wired this way. Some of us don't need blind faith, we need clarity. We're not being difficult, we're building peace by filling in the missing pieces. And finally, at 52 years old, I'm beginning to find my community and actually understand these things about myself. That's all for now. Until next time, blessed be.